lights are out and you stumble in the dark. You kept pushing on, but then you went too far. When your ship has sailed and all your dreams are lost, everything is wrong, you feel like it's your fault. Just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me. Just hold me.
Hello, race fans, and welcome to the Homestead-Miami Speedway. We are live here for the ECR NextGen Cup Series, round number 7. This is the Globo Gym 225. I'm Liam Irving, joined up in the booth by my partner, Emily Urias. How are you doing tonight, Emily?
I am doing beautiful here tonight. Just switched to days on my work schedule, so you guys should be seeing me a lot more up in the booth on different shows throughout the week. But other than that, I am doing wonderful.
Well, we love to hear that. I mean, I know for me, switching over to days, it really helped me out to be able to branch out on this hobby a bit more. So we're looking forward to having you with us more and more throughout the course of the week. Of course, this is a 1.5 mile true oval, no tri-oval here like we see at a Chicagoland or Las Vegas. So there's 75-degree air temperature right now. It's 78 degrees on the track. As we get further into the night, that'll cool down a little bit, give these guys some extra grip. Now let's go ahead and show you guys our starting lineup with Adam Boughton on the pole today. Michael Carter to his outside by 7/1000ths of a second. We've got Tyler Burden, Dwayne Furtick, Tay McDonald, and Michael Sheffield making up row number 3. Leroy Koblenz and Kane Lee, Aaron Miller, and Pete Walsh round out your top 10.
11's gonna be Doug Denise or Denise, one of those two.
D-Nice.
12th
It's
is
like the Key and Peele skit. D-Nice.
Got it. 12th is going to be Robert Roth in the number 59 Ford Mustang. 13th is going to be the 15 Brad Rivers in the Chevy Camaro. 14th is going to be John Osborne in a Chevy Camaro as well, running the number 81 paint scheme. 15th is going to be the number 12 in a Toyota this time, Anthony Ludi. Hope I said that correctly.
Yep.
15th. Oh, all these are changing around. That's good to know.
And we got Kyle Diaz at 15th. Or 16th, rather. Christopher Roth in 17th. Sam Taylor. Kent Mueller. Aaron Spear rounding out the top 20. Alan Holtzman, 17 South. Stan Carnathan. And rounding out the field here today, Ryan McCall and Marshall Harris. I believe that Harris is... Well, one of these guys has ended up being the race control. And Aaron Miller has elected to go to the back, potentially starting from the pit lane. Now we are ready to roll for 150 laps here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. We had a quick pre-race here, so we didn't get to talk a whole lot about the progressive banking here, but I would expect to see these guys using up every inch of the racetrack, and especially getting right up next to that wall. Pace car's ready to make that hard left turn onto the pit lane. We're ready to roll, ready to rock and rumble here in Southern Florida. Green flag is out, and we are racing the Best Buy Drops green flag here in the Globo Gym 225.
Yes, indeed. This is an amazing track. Again, we see the number 8 car. We're going to start seeing that here at this track. Cars running that high line. You've seen it in the real life race. We both, me and Liam, actually seen it last year at Miami. All these cars did was run that high line, and if they tried passing somebody that bottom line, trying to make a slide job. That's probably what we're going to see here tonight. Mostly, this track has a lot more grip as it is during the nighttime. So we're going to see these drivers definitely on that edge and pushing these cars to the limit here tonight.
They absolutely are. As Adam Bowden holds on to the race lead. Tyler Burden in second place. Michael Carter's fallen back one spot to third. Tay McDonald past Dwayne Furtick for fourth. Furtick still holds on to that top 5. But for how long? Koblitz in that 43. Looking to make a strong run here.
Strong run indeed. Most of these drivers here tonight are the same drivers we've had, which is pretty decent. And new paint schemes every week is what I've seen.
Yeah, these guys, I know Doug D-Nice in that 40 machine. He throws together a lot of paint schemes here. He's got the D-Nice Designs paint scheme that he generally runs. We've seen him change it up a few times. But there are plenty of painters, designers out here, and definitely love to see the creativity on display here. We worked lap number 4. Doug D-Nice getting passed by Brad Rivers.
Brad Rivers electing to run that high line. Again, we'll come back to that. I mean, some of these drivers, I feel, will work up once rubber gets down on this track. That high line is going to start coming in later in this run. And with it being 150 laps, once these drivers start spreading out, and if we get those green flag runs, we're definitely going to start seeing that bottom line as well as that top line come in, as that top line is the fastest line around this track.
Definitely the fastest, but early on in this race, is it going to chew up those tires? As now you see Travis Gilbert go from top to bottom now in turns 1 and 2. He works into the top 10. He's up 15 spots from where he started today at 22, looking strong.
22 up 15 spots indeed, still making passes, still trying to go down low. And at the start, we still have 145 laps here tonight. I personally would not be pushing this much and trying to move up this far with still a lot to lose on the line with it just being the start of this race. But he's moving. Travis is making moves, trying to get up there, trying to get that clean air on that front end of that Ford Mustang and try to see if he can get past everybody else as he tries to dive bomb the 91 but ends up going high, which will maybe allow that 15 back there to get him.
Yeah, Kane Lee seemed to see that move, didn't really want to let it happen as now Gilbert gets a huge run up on the top side. He's going to try to dive down to the inside of the 91. Lee thought about getting back down in front of him. Not enough space to make it happen. Here comes Gilbert to the bottom. He's going to take away 8th place. That 91 fighting hard up on the top side.
Yes, as that 91 is fighting Travis will hop back in line and gets past Lee indeed, but goes high. So this is going to be a battle out here for the current position of 9th and 8th. They're going to be battling out as Travis gets past Lee and making moves, now up 17 positions. That's almost, I think he got, what was that, 3 positions in that lap?
Just about.
That definitely is one of the cars out here to look out for, and might be a contention for the win here tonight.
While we were watching the midfield, Tyler Burden took over the race lead. Adam Bowden falls back to 2nd. He's got Michael Carter chasing him down, along with Tay McDonald running in 4th place.
Yes, indeed, and that number 8 car is going to continue running the outside line, seeing if he can make something happen and catch up to these front-running cars. The thing is, once you get in that clean air, you're gone. And if you save those tires, and you're running that perfect line, arcing that corner, you can easily pull away from this field as well as save tires at the same time.
Yeah, you can kind of manage that gap behind you, which it seems like Tyler's doing right now. It's been about six or so tenths of a second back to Adam Bowden. Not really gaining much time.
Yeah, not really gaining much time, and actually, right now, Michael's actually kind of gaining on the 94 of Adam right now.
Yeah, a little bit. He stayed right in his tire tracks until you get coming up out of this corner. It seems like once he gets onto the gas, that's where the dirty air really starts to affect that car. It slides up the racetrack just a little bit. If this track is wide enough, you can run pretty much everywhere. So it's not like taking away the air is a huge, huge deal. It can definitely be beneficial for the lead car. But when you get a big run like this coming up off of turn number 2, I think that speaks what it needs to.
Yeah, and to be fair, if that was me, obviously, every driver's different, but if I wanted to carry that speed coming off of turns 1 and 2 like, Michael just did, I feel like I would continue that going into turns 3 and 4 and try to get a run going off of 4 and getting past that 94. But Travis might have a different, Michael might have a different strategy.
3 wide action here in the middle of the field. Sheffield in the middle of it. Roth was looking to make it 3 wide now, but not better of it for the time being.
And 2 wide back behind those two. Can I say, I am loving these paint schemes here tonight.
Yeah, a lot of these paint schemes look incredible. We've got the realistic ones here with the gear wrench. And, we get the rapid fire pizza machine behind him.
I'm going to be honest. That gear wrench looks beautiful under these lights at Homestead. As some of these drivers are starting to space out now, kind of still going too wide in the back of the pack, but that's kind of what we see here at Miami is on the front stretch, back stretch, they kind of file in line, then they fan out going into turns 1, 2, and then 3 and 4. Kind of like Vegas, but this is a little bit bigger than Vegas, if I'm correct, right?
No, they're the same size, but Vegas has that tri-oval in the down the front straightaway. Because now you can see Robert Roth making the pass on Doug D. Nice. That's for 11th place, and now here comes the 82 with a big head of steam. Might have scraped the wall just a little bit. That's Stan Carnathan. He also started in the back of this field. Has a lot of traffic to work up through, and Emily, as we're getting to the 10% point in this race. His loading bar is moving kind of quickly.
Yeah,
if we don't
quick.
Sorry, I was going to say, if we don't get a caution anytime soon, we start to see green flag pit stops. That can really throw a wrench in these guys' plans.
Yes, indeed. And if I'm correct, they're looking about, I say, 30 laps on a set of tires. Something around there. And depending on how they save it, I think it's 30 laps on a set of tires. It just depends on how these drivers are running their cars. I definitely know if the leaders are saving, that is debatable. It's hard to tell at this early of the race if these leaders are wanting to save. As the 82, the rapid fire pizza machine, getting on the bumper of the 59, trying to make something happen, running that top line. A huge run coming off. Does it help? I don't.
Well, he's
Feels like
gonna get within about a car length coming into turns 1 and 2. But yeah, that's a good point you bring up. These guys have 5 sets of tires, so if they were to split them all up evenly, that would be about 30 laps each. They can go 38 to 45 laps on a tank of fuel. As now the 82 looks up to the top side once again and scrapes the wall just a little bit. Does not seem to slow him down. He's going to try to take this nice run. He's closer than he was before, but that wall contact might have did him in just a little bit.
for that 59 of Robert Roth, working on that bottom line, making that bottom line work, and showing, hey, you got to work to get past me. I'm not just going to allow you to get past me.
Not at all.
As actually, he stays low, so the 82 might actually get past him.
Yeah, he's getting right up next to the wall, and they're catching up to the 43. A little bit loose on the bottom side for Roth, and that's going to give Stan Carnathan the 11th position. He's going to try to take that, get around the 43 of Koblenz. Start to catch up to the back half of this top 10 here. Tyler Burton still has about 7/10 of a second lead. Now it's over Michael Carter, who's able to get around Adam Bowden. Jay McDonald working the top side, trying to get around Bowden as well. Travis Gilbert, he's worked his way up to 5th place, just a second and 3/4 behind this group.
Yeah, and I feel like that top line starting to come in. Yes, it does burn those tires down, but some of these drivers, I feel like, don't care much about that, which, hey, it might be a good thing if they can run that top line and save. And I actually have a question for you. I can't remember on the top of my head. Is this an open setup or fixed setup?
I believe we work with a fixed setup.
Okay. On that note, then, I definitely know these fixed setups at these tracks are definitely they can be brutal sometimes. I know you've seen it out on the track yourself in car. It's brutal trying to save tires on these sets.
Yeah, it definitely is, especially when you got a lot of guys running super quick on the top side. As you see, Tay McDonald was able to get around that 94 machine of Bowden, gets himself up into 3rd place, and Michael Carter is chasing Tyler down. We're just past halfway through this first fuel run here.
And almost all of these cars out here on the track are under 10 seconds a gap from the leader, which is pretty decent, meaning all these cars are still bunched up in a line, and none of them are out of the draft of the people behind them.
Aaron Spear in the 77 comes to pit lane. Michael Carter still working that top side right next to the wall. Tay McDonald looking at the bottom. Not quite enough that time around, but it is interesting to see these variations in lines. Top 3, all 3 running different lines right there.
Yes, indeed, as the top 4 cars currently bunched up, running about the same lap times, trying to make something work, as now the 06 of Tyler Burton is going to try to make something work on the outside line, as he is seeing these cars just roaring. Ooh.
He got loose coming up off of turn 2. That's going to allow Carter to look down to the inside. Burton's got to run the top in 3 and 4. Carter also in relatively unfamiliar territory when it comes to racing. Now they're dead even coming up off of turn number 4, but the outside lane is where the momentum sticks. Keep Tyler Burton in the lead for now. Carter is still hungry, and so is Tay McDonald.
Yeah, and it looks like the 06 of Tyler is trying to run that top line, trying to keep the 3 cars behind him at bay until this green flag pit starts, but that 8 car is not going to let loose.
No, I think he's done a really good job of saving his stuff, and, you know, he fell back to third. Burden got out pretty far in front of him for a time. He's chased him back down. Now he's got to worry about that 29 behind him. And the 06 taking away his line. McDonald really strong here on the bottom. Not quite enough to keep that momentum coming up off of turn 2, though.
Yeah, don't look now. Travis Gilbert up 19 spots. I've seen it drop between 19 and 20 spots. Currently sitting in P5. That is one. I mean, I've seen it a couple times happen. I don't know if he started with the end of line, but him moving this far up so fast in this race, and we're only 27 laps in, and he's still moving.
Sorry. Tay McDonald got some right side damage, got up into the wall. Let's go ahead and show you what happened there. Just got up into it. While we were looking at that,
New race leader, maybe.
Burden gets up into the wall as well. Carter's going to be able to slip down to the bottom. Says, I'll take that.
I feel we're about to start seeing some cars coming down pit road soon.
It's definitely possible. These guys, like you said, they've got 5 sets, so they could split it evenly into 30s if they wanted to do that. However, if they push it past 40, you might be able to go one last stop, potentially.
That is potentially. It just depends on how these drivers take care of those tires, though. From what I'm seeing, a lot of these drivers thought that they're, not... There might have been a caution here or there in this race, but Miami is known to go green. It's a beautiful track, beautiful in all aspects. I love this track. I know there's some different opinions of the 29 shoots low, trying to make a pass on that 94. Pushing for a second place, well, third place here, but I feel like he's pushing to get into that second place position.
Yeah, McDonald with a good recovery after that wall contact. Gets down to the inside. Gonna try to get clear for that third spot.
Will he get it?
Not quite.
Not quite, but still gonna choose to run on the outside and try to dive down into turns 3 and 4. Trying to make another shot at it. Another blow, shall I say, and see if he can get it. I don't think he gets it. He just doesn't have the momentum like he had on the turns 1 and 2 that he got before. Does he get the momentum coming off of turn 2? No, he does not. That will probably cause him to fall back in line. Will he? No, he's just going to keep on running his line. And this is going to cause that 94...
He's going to make that pass this time.
Ooh. A little close, but if that kept on going, that would have been pushing the 94 of Adam on that top line, causing them to burn up those tires, and that's something you don't want out here. But we are on lap 33 out of 150 here at Miami. Beautiful track. I'm going to say that a lot. I had fun when me and Lee went there. The whole SRM team went there. Beautiful, beautiful place. Highly recommend.
Well, we've been watching this battle up front, and it looks like Tyler Burden is about ready to take that lead back. Tay McDonald all the way to the bottom, looking 3 wide. Pete Walsh has come into the pits. Sam Taylor is looks to be off the racetrack as of lap number 9. Aaron Spear has made a return to the racetrack. Going to be 8 laps down.
As battling right there for second place between the 29 and 06. 29 car is rocking that bottom line, and if you don't know, as much as that top line can get you loose and into that wall, that bottom line can also do it as well.
Yeah, I've had plenty of experiences getting down below that seam that you see Tay working, getting super loose.
Because once that back end kicks out, there's no recovering from that. As he's just working his line, and I think he's the one that saved his tires, don't you?
Yeah, it's definitely looking that way.
And Miami can be a hard track to save tires. Unless you can do it perfectly, and I think that's what he's doing, and it looks... I mean, the top 3 cars are together right now, and that's kind of... I don't think I see that as much.
Adam Bowden, the first of our leaders to come into the pits, going to try that undercut.
As Aaron Spear is also down pit lane, if I'm correct. Gets a
Travis
4-set
as
sticker
well.
set. Yeah, I think we're looking about 40 laps. Obviously, we're hitting 38, but I like to round up. You'll notice that from me. But I think we're looking around roughly 40 laps on a set of tires before these drivers don't feel comfortable about staying out there anymore because they don't want to wreck. And that's 4 sets of tires for that. 8 cars still out there. Michael Carter is still rocking it out there, pulling. The top 3 cars are under a second gap from each other. 4th place, the next car closest to them is almost 6.5 seconds behind them. They are moving. Eight cars still running that high line like they've done this whole time for these 39 laps. Liam, I feel these drivers can go between, I say between 40 and 50 laps on fuel, roughly.
The numbers that Adam gave us are 38 to 45, so we're right in the middle of that window here. Some of these guys, coming in just a little bit early, talking about Bowden and Gilbert coming in on 36 and 37. You know, not really pushing their fuel all the way to the limits. But Michael Carter, he's staying out, staying strong for right now. Let's see, he's going to pull into the pits this time, give Tyler Burden back the race lead.
Yeah, and from the start of this race, these drivers were running, you know, a little under 32.2 seconds. That's about 32 seconds around the lap track. They've had a second fall off since this race started, which actually is not too bad. I've seen it where it's fallen off 3 seconds. So these drivers are definitely actually taking care of their tires. As more people coming down pit lane, wholesale pit stops should be coming in the next 3 laps. Should see almost everybody head down pit lane as 4 cars bunched up right there. That's just a hornet's nest I see.
Yeah, that's a really important battle as Bowden is the first car on the the first car to have come into pit. Gets around Tay McDonald, Travis Gilbert. He's made up some time. He's within half a second of this battle. Michael Carter has lost some time to these guys. Just got passed when he was on the access road coming up off of the pits. And now here's those wholesale pit stops you were talking about as Burden, McCall, Rivers, Diaz, D-Nice, and Michael Sheffield all come in on lap number 42.
Yeah, wholesale pit stops from everybody. Obviously, we should be seeing 4 stickers and a full tank of Sunoco Go Fast Racing fuel in these race cars. I wouldn't expect anything less. Now, I'm going to bring this topic up. I feel like it's a controversy topic right now, at least for me. As 51 passes 91, right? Am I looking at that right?
Yep, Dwayne Furtick just unlapped himself.
That is good, but I want your opinion on it. The new front ends of the Camrys. Opinion. Do you like it? Do you meh? Do you hate it?
My opinion is let the results speak. The results have spoken.
Touche, as the 91 coming down pit lane, getting
Osborne
4
and Roth
stickers.
staying out as well. Those will be the last 2 to come into pit. Meanwhile, Adam Bowden is going to effectively take over the race lead.
But watch out, that number 29 of Tay McDonald. Once everybody comes down pit road, Tay McDonald, they're a pretty fast car. I have no doubt about it that, he's going to put up a fight with the 94 of Adam. Adam's going to have to fight it off if he wants to keep first place after this cycle's out.
Yeah, just about 3 lap fresher tires for McDonald as he makes the move down to the inside. Osborne and Roth have come into the pits, so this will be for the race lead. Bowden up on the top side doesn't seem to have much fight in him for right now. He's going to let that one go. He's going to cross him over, though, down the front straightaway. What kind of run?
I don't think we're going to stop seeing these two battle it out. I know how much these drivers want to get those lead lap put in, because if I'm correct, that is extra points at the end of the season. As new race leader, Tay McDonald, only up 4 positions, but look now. Travis Gilbert is in the top 3. Now up 21 positions. He is moving. And I have a feeling we're going to start seeing him passing Adam. Don't you?
Yeah, I think he's definitely got the car to do it. He's passed 21 other cars throughout the course of this race after starting in 24th position. We're going to go ahead and step side by side, take a quick little break. We'll be right back with more fantastic ECR Next Gen action. Back live here, 54 laps complete. Tay McDonald still holds on to the race lead. We've got some good battling here towards the mid-pack. Robert Roth in front of John Osborne, Michael Sheffield. We're getting 2 and 3 wide for a couple of moments there. While we were away, Travis Gilbert made pass on Adam Bowden for second place. He got that done after we stopped looking at him for 2 whole commercials. Make fun of myself there for the little camera faux pas, but he's up into second place, about a second and 3/4 behind Tay McDonald, who's been able to stretch it out a little bit here, Emily.
Yeah, Tay McDonald's been able to stretch it out. Currently has almost a 2-second gap from Travis Gilbert. That gap is kind of coming down, but also kind of staying right there. So I feel like Tay currently has found their line, and just sticking to that line, has clean air, and just running their race. I mean, they're in the groove. Just why change the line you're running if it's working, right?
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's got a couple lap fresher tires than Travis Gilbert right now, and able to kind of take advantage of that by, you know, a couple hundredths here, maybe a 10th there. Gap is now just about to hit 2 seconds. It's third place. Adam Bowden's fallen off just a little bit, half a second for Travis Gilbert. Michael Carter spent a lot of time up front, racing for the lead there before the pit stop with Tyler Burden. Both of these drivers are about 4.5 seconds, 5 seconds off of your race leader.
Yeah, like you said, 5 seconds off of your race leader, but right now, the fastest lap currently is held by Travis Gilbert, which is in second place, up 22 spots. Funny enough, he's the number 22 car. Ran a 32.16. That looks to be the fastest lap currently held out here tonight. So definitely the fastest car out on the track until one of these drivers hit a faster lap.
Yeah, but last lap around, another couple of hundredths to add on to the lead. Gilbert now sits. Well, that time around, he took another 10th off of the lead. So these guys kind of playing a little bit of tug of war with that gap right now, as Bowden gets really loose here coming up off of turn 2.
Yeah, and once these drivers start getting that rubber down, that's something I mentioned here at the start, was once rubber starts getting down on this track, there's going to be a little bit more grip, but it's also going to cause these drivers to start getting a little bit loose.
Yeah, and especially as it rubbers in on the top side of the racetrack, it's going to force these guys to change up their lines a little bit. You see Tay McDonald running the bottom in turns 1 and 2.
A little loose. I did see that back end kick out a little. But still running the high lines in turns 3 and 4, and I don't blame Tay. Switching it up, maybe keeping it the same, trying to find what works best. Just having fun, leading clean air, almost a 2-second gap behind them. I wouldn't be mad. But again, a lot of these cars have filed out and kind of split off from each other. We have some fights back here, like we're seeing between the 15, the 90 car back there, if I am correct.
Yeah, it's that rapid-fired pizza machine of Ryan McCall.
Yeah, we got some battling mid to backpack. Currently 4 cars in that screen that we just saw, 2x2x2. Actually 2x2, but you know, tomato. And that Domino's paint scheme, 3 wide down the front stretch. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's okay. But running that high line, 82 of that rapid fire paint scheme got loose coming into turns 1.
Yeah, gonna lose out on all of those positions. Stan Carnathan now back to 10th place. Ryan McCall up into 8th. So kind of an up and down sequence there for those rapid fire pizza machines.
Yeah, and can I just mention, we have a rapid fire pizza machine, which is McCall. We have a Domino's machine right behind him. And we also have another pizza machine. Can I just say, what a coincidence, all 3 pizza machines are right next to each other. But
Well, as we take a look here at Ryan McCall as he tries to defend from that Domino's pizza delivery car, moving down to the inside, the first Rapid Fire Pizza opened its doors in 2015 in Dayton, Ohio. The idea was simple: make delicious, fast, and affordable pizza. Now in 25 cities across the country, customers love the fresh taste, speed, and the ability to create their own perfect pizza with over 35 different toppings and sauces. Go to www.rapidfiredpizza.com for a location near you. Now 9th and 10th for those rapid-fired pizza machines, and Bradley Rivers working the top of Kyle Diaz, tried to take 7th place away. Doesn't seem like any of these guys can figure out where they want to run as McCall gets into the back bumper of Diaz on entry into turns 1 and 2. It's going to bring Diaz back to the inside, even if just for a moment.
ooh, side by side on the 15th. Diaz making moves. I have a feeling Diaz, if he gets run off, he's going to try to throw a slide job on the 15 of... Sorry. Losing my breath here. Bradley Rivers gets past Bradley Rivers, but he's not going to give up. He's going to run that outside line, trying to make something happen. But Diaz is going to start pulling away, which will allow him to get clean air on that front of that Chevy Camaro and try catching this front pack.
These guys trading these positions back and forth as Rivers now on the bottom of Ryan McCall. Going to get a bit of momentum, but not enough to keep that position. 17 South was trying to chase down Anthony Ludi. He was right next to him for a moment. Might have gotten a little bit loose. He lost some of that track position.
Yeah, and we have gone 68 laps. Now 69, green flag. This is why I love coming to this track, as well as this group of drivers here tonight. They run a clean race, but they also bring an interesting race here every week.
Michael Sheffield in the 1 comes into the pits. Doug D-Nice to the inside of Kane Lee, trying to take away 11th place. Coming up off of turn number 2, not quite enough for D-Nice to get that pass completed, and the outside momentum is going to prevail. John Osborne diving it in there deep. You see that dirty air kind of affecting his corner entry. He's going to try to double apex this corner a little bit.
Gets a run coming off of turns 4. Will it help him going into turns 1 and 2? We'll see as he runs that bottom line. 91. Currently running. Ooh, gets
Big
loose there.
There out of the 91. Almost came down and hit D-Nice. Gets through. We stay without a caution flag here in the first 70 laps. Tay McDonald holds out of the race lead, but Travis Gilbert, he's coming quick. Now down to 1.1 seconds. Last time around, it was 2/10 chomped out of the lead for Travis.
Yeah, and Travis has been running his race. Kind of has some clean air on that front of that Mustang, running that bottom line. That's the main line I've seen him running, so he's out there saving tires at the same time as making moves and catching that leader. But pretty impressive. Up 22 spots, chilling in second place, gaining on first place. This is the ideal position I would want to be in.
The only better place would be in the race lead, pulling away.
That indeed, you are not wrong there, but I would be happy with running second place right now. You don't, how I think of it, you don't win it on the, yeah, you can lead the whole race. That is awesome.
Big moment there for Tay McDonald. This lead is 3/4 of a second now. Not sure if he got the wall going through turns 3 and 4, but he's right up next to it once again. Gilbert works the bottom side.
As a lot of these drivers are starting to spread out, we should be starting to see roughly in the next 10 to 15 laps some nether stops as these drivers came down About lap 45, I say, is the last time we've seen somebody come down pit road for fuel and tires. So we're probably looking about lap between 80 and 90. We're about to see drivers come down if we don't get a caution, which, with what I've seen these drivers doing, we probably won't get a caution at all.
Well, I'm going to take that and raise you another situation here. Because these guys have come in, you know, the pit range was 36 to about 44. So, splitting this race into fourths at that 37 mark, we should be seeing guys start coming into the pits soon. If they're going to split it into quarters here, like the math would kind of pan out.
Well, yeah, it just depends on how these drivers want to play it out, because what they're probably thinking in their mind now is, okay, it's gone green 75 laps. It's probably going to go green for the next 75 as well. So now I got to figure out, ooh, the 29 gets extremely loose, allows the 22 of Travis Gilbert to get on the inside corner panel and challenges the lead. Huge dive bomb into turns 1 and 2. That's what happens.
Down there on the bottom. Not going to be able to hold on the bottom. The momentum stays on the top side for Tay McDonald. Is the 22 going to be able to keep a nose down there? Not quite, but he's going to still send it on the bottom anyways. Doesn't quite have the momentum he had, but he can do what happened. If the same thing happens as last time around, Gilbert, he's going to nose in front this time at the line. I think Tay might have got him right there at the line, but Gilbert's working this over. He's making a really good run. Is now the 6 just in front, or the 5 rather, of Kent Mueller just in front of Tay McDonald. Going to take a little bit of air off of that 29. Definitely what Gilbert wants to see is that 5 car staying out of his way, keeping the clean air on his nose.
And with that 5 car being on that top line, that's going to block the 29 of Tay to be able to make moves. That's what Travis wants right now, is that lap car to cause the 29 to have to fall back. And that's what we're going to... Ooh,
oh, he's
3
going
wide.
in the middle. That's going to give Gilbert the race lead. But Tay McDonald had to get back around that 5 car. Now he's going to look to the bottom side and see what he can do. Can he get his nose down there on entry into 3 and 4? He does. Down to the bottom, but Travis Gilbert been so strong here on this second stint. Going to be tough to make that pass happen.
Yeah, and Travis has been running that bottom line, and I've known myself from running Miami, if you run that bottom line for a set on those tires and you switch to that top line, you're going to be loose, because your tires adapted to running that line you're on. And if you kind of switch it up abruptly like that, you can definitely make that back end go out.
Here comes Tay McDonald into the pits. Travis Gilbert just in front of him. Top 2 into the pits. Here comes Dwayne Furtick. He's going to stay out. Tyler Burton comes in. He's going to spin on pit entry. Keeps it straight.
No
keeps
caution.
it off the wall.
And I was about right.
Save there.
I was about right. Between lap 80 and 90, we would start seeing people come down pit.
Yeah, pretty spot on that assessment. Some of these guys pushing it over, 40 or so laps, but a lot of the guys that we've seen come into the pits already, like Michael Carter, Adam Bowden, Kyle Diaz, they came in closer to that 76 mark. Seems like staying out.
We have a caution. We have a caution.
Caution is out on the Speedway.
And that will help out these drivers that just pitted, because everybody that's currently out on the track will come down pit road. They'll cycle everybody that just came down pit road into the lead. So that kind of helps those drivers out.
Yeah, everybody who's still on the lead lap, at least. We're going to see what happened to John Osborne. He's running the top side in turns, this 1 and 2, coming down the racetrack. Got loose and down into D-Nice. Oh, man. Kane Lee got a piece of it. D-Nice with some front-end damage. And, of course, there is no fast repairs here. So these guys are... Oh, John. That's a tough time to come down the racetrack.
Yes, indeed, and that might put an end to the night of that the car that 81 hit. Well, I wouldn't say hit, but when they got loose, the car behind him definitely got a piece of it because their front end is gone.
Yeah, Doug D. Nice got some heavy damage there. We're going to take a look from a different angle here.
Beautiful angle here. This will get a huge... Ooh.
Yeah, just got loose, came down the racetrack, and tried to chase it. The thing with these cars, it happens more often than it used to, where when you get loose, it starts to push it down the racetrack instead of just kind of sliding up into the wall. It'll definitely happen that way too.
Yeah, and this will be our first caution out here tonight. 81 laps green. Music to my ears. I love green flag. So we get those green flag runs in. This tests the drivers, and they're not relying on those cautions to get new tires. They're having to figure out fuel run. They're having to figure out tire run, how to save tires, how to not spin out. So, definitely stuff I love to see.
Yeah, something that we missed earlier in the race, Pete Walsh. He brought it down the pit lane on lap number 28. I'll go ahead and take a look to see what happened to him in that 74 machine. Oh, we had ourselves a little bit of an incident down here on the front straightaway. And you can see the damage to the toe link on the 74. That effectively ended his race. Tough way to end. That was on lap 28. That also explains why the 10 of Aaron Miller had to come into pit early. He sits one lap down behind Leroy Koblenz.
And this will shake up the field.
It definitely does. Travis Gilbert and Tay McDonald, Dwayne Furtick, they're going to cycle back out to the front. Bradley Rivers and Ryan McCall are going to jump up at least 6 positions from where they were running. Well, maybe only 3. But up into the top 5. Kane Lee, Robert Roth, Alan Holtzman, Kent Mueller, and John Osborne is able to stay on the lead lap after the spin. Michael Carter falls back to 11th. Doug D. Nice still on the lead lap as well, but going to be getting some damage repaired. 17 South and Tyler Burden. Adam Bowden, Kyle Diaz, Stan Carnathan, Michael Sheffield, Anthony Ludi, Leroy Koblenz, and Aaron Miller. All getting the wave around here. Christopher Roth. Could potentially be the free pass car, but this guy's doubled up and ready to go.
As pace lights are off of the iRacing.com pace car coming down the backstretch, racking and stacking them. 2 Ford Mustangs, the 22 and 29, going to be leading this to green. 2 beautiful paint schemes here tonight. Coming through the turn 3, pace car should be driving down pit lane soon. Well, let's get ready to rock and roll. Alrighty. Pace car is going to be diving down. There it goes. 29 car has the trigger. 22 car looks to jump it.
I think Gilbert had the trigger there.
Interesting.
He's going to get going with a super strong restart there by 3 before car lengths, getting through turns 1 and 2. Dwayne Furtick up into 3rd. McCall and Rivers top 5 single file, top 8 single file. And we've got a Hornet's Nest back here about 12th place. Looked like Doug D. Nice was trying to make it 3 wide. It's now Tyler Burden in the 06 gets down to the bottom.
Yeah, like you said. 3 wide currently between the 94, 26, and 5 car. Not letting any just beautiful. Beautiful harmony, beautiful sync, and these drivers, like I said, it shook up the field currently. It changed their pit strategies. It changed their field run. We're about to see how this race pans out here.
Where the wall goes, Doug D. Nice. He's going to lose a couple of positions. Ryan McCall sitting here in 6th place trying to chase down Kane Lee. Stan Carnathan, that other rapid-fired pizza machine, he's just behind this other gaggle of cars. 17 South looks down to his inside. And I think it might be a little bit too early to make that bottom side work.
Yeah, that bottom side, especially on fresh tires, I feel is definitely going to be loose, especially coming off of turns 2 and 4. That back end can give out. So some of these drivers might want to start running that mid to top line. Yeah, it'll start chewing up those tires, but once they start getting some heat in these tires, start getting some wear on these tires, they can start going back to that bottom line. But I feel Travis is going to stay on that bottom line because he's been strong on the bottom line this whole race. I really haven't seen him leave it.
Been doing really good down there, and he's extended his gap on Tay McDonald up to about 3/4 of a second. Just wrapping that bottom white line there. Right now it's about half a second. Strong lap there for Tay McDonald. Ooh, a little bit loose there for the 51 at Burdick coming up off of 4. He scrapes the wall a little bit. A little bit of scrape marks on the side, but no major damage, no harm, no foul. Alan Holtzman gets down to the inside of McCall. This is for 6th place. Tyler Burden just behind these guys, trying to get back up to where he was earlier on in the race. Up in that top 5 right now, he sits in 8th place as McCall stays on the back bumper of that 24 3M machine.
Not letting up, though.
Not quite enough to keep him right there with him, but sketchy exit out of the 24. Holtzman holds out to 6th place, and now he's got Bradley Rivers just about 3/4 of a second in front of him to try to chase down for a top 5 spot. Rivers all over Kane Lee. Kane Lee coming up to the back bumper of Dwayne Burdick. Got battles all over the racetrack right now.
Battles indeed, like you said. I mean, all these drivers have fresh set of shoes on. All drivers have full tank of Sunoco fuel. Right now, for some of these drivers, they might be thinking, hey, it is lap 92. We have about under 60 laps to go. We made it 92 laps. We can start pushing this car and trying to make up some of these positions that we were kind of holding back off on.
Meanwhile, Travis Gilbert has Tay McDonald fighting him hard. He's really running that top side right up next to the wall. He's going to get a huge burst of momentum down the front straightaway. He's within about 2 car lengths now. And once again, tries that top side. He's going to be able to get next to him. I think coming up off of turn 2 here, he might be able to try to cut under him getting into 3.
Yeah, and it's a case of Tay wants that lead back, and Tay's going to get it as runs down low, pushing the 22 of Travis on that high line, the line that...
Oh, big loose out of Travis Gilbert. He's going to save the car, but a tremendous amount of speed lost, and he might lose 2nd place here as well.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that too. With him running that bottom line this whole race and moving up to that top line, he's going to start...
on the top of 3 now. That got close there with Kane Lee in the middle. He does have to be wary now of how hot those tires are going to be after that big slide. Still on the top of 3 wide.
Yeah, and iRacing did add a new feature. Well, not necessarily a feature, but new physics of flat spotting tires. Something the drivers definitely need to be careful with.
Yeah, I don't think that's really going to be a problem. He didn't lock it up there, but definitely something to think about if you're potentially trying to do a fuel-only stop at the end of this race.
Yes, indeed, as battling between the top 4 cars currently together, racing for the lead.
Well, for the
How
top
far-
5, Tay McDonald, he's a second and a half up in front of this. So Dwayne
Tay
Furtick is
McDonald,
sitting in
yeah.
second place, trying to defend from Travis Gilbert, who's still trying to recollect his bearings there. It seems like he's doing pretty good now. Kane Lee in that Sprite 91 Chevy Camaro, sitting pretty in fourth place, trying to figure out which lane's going to move. Looks like the bottom lane. He's going to try to follow through to the bottom side of Furtick.
And we have another big mover out in the field currently. Ryan McTall, up 18 positions in 7th place in that Chevy Camaro, making moves.
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job all race. We've seen him get close to that top 5. Restarted up in 4th or 5th, I believe. He's fallen back a little bit since the restart, but settled out real nice in 7th place. He's got Tyler Burden and Michael Carter trying to work their way back up through the field. They got kind of the worst end of that stick with the pit cycle, and when the caution came out, they were the furthest back at that point. So
Yeah, and that's something these drivers did not want, is that caution to come out, especially when that, pit window opened and that green flag pit window opened. These drivers did not want to see that caution. Well, some of these drivers wanted to, some of these drivers didn't want to, as they wanted it to play out, and kind of was probably wanting a caution maybe later on the race, but definitely not when a pit window was currently happening.
well, the fun thing about cautions is you don't really get to pick and choose when they happen. So you see the 24. It's racing pretty hard up here.
Yeah, all over the track, as the 06 got a little bit loose back there because the air got taken off of that back end of that Chevy Camaro by the 8 car of Michael Carter. I saw Michael take the air off of the 06, and I saw that little wiggle in that car. Nice save, though, from him.
Yeah, fantastic job there from the 06. Now things are going to kind of settle out a little bit more. Diaz falls in behind Carter. Carter's going to look down to the inside. This is 9th place Michael Carter, 10th place Kyle Diaz. Ryan McCall, he's running really, really wide on exit. And it seems to be granting him a little bit of extra speed, but...
And I'm surprised I'm not seeing any of these cars right on that wall, like on the edge. I'm surprised I haven't seen anybody trying that.
It got a little bit loose there in front of Michael Carter. Carter had to check up. Diaz moves down to the inside.
Diaz making a move on the 06, trying to make something happen. It does not really gets
Yeah,
enough
he's
run.
Get up there and clear. Burden has to check up. Carter has to check up again, and well, one might argue he's being a little bit too nice here, but you can't really pull off these bump and runs at a 180-mile racetrack.
Yeah, definitely not, as slides down Diaz does, trying to take the air off the 06, bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
8 car gets loose and shoots down the backstretch.
All the way to the apron of the racetrack. Now Bowden looks up to his outside. The 59, Robert Roth, is trying to figure out which way he wants to go. Carter's starting to slide a little bit as he's running side by side with the 94.
Yeah, with 48 laps to go, these drivers are not letting up, throwing action down, giving us some content, which we absolutely love, and we're not going to complain, are we?
No, not at all. These guys racing phenomenally. Now you see Diaz trying once again on Bird, and McCall is able to get away from this battle for the most part, start trying to focus on Alan Holtzman in front of him. Now Bowden is under fire from that 8 machine once again, coming through turns 3 and 4. He's got a lot of grip down there, but he just can't keep that momentum to stay next to the 94 down the straightaways.
Yeah, and momentum is something you want to do your best to get coming off of these turns, to be able to make a move happen, as the 15 gets huge momentum coming out of turn 2 on that number 51 car. Gonna run that high line again, seeing if they can get momentum coming out of turns 3 and 4. Will it happen? We will see, as the 91 runs low, trying to get past the 15 car. Does not happen, files back in line. All these cars are
to complete the pass on the 91, or keep him behind him rather. Gonna see how this top side, it seems to be working a little bit more for the 15 in turns 1 and 2 than it is in turns 3 and 4, but now Kane Lee once again gets the nose to the bottom side. Bradley Rivers closing in on Dwayne Furtick just a little bit. Now he's changing up his line, trying to work that bottom side.
Yeah, working that bottom side.
Ooh, a little bit loose there.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I saw that back end of that number 15 U.S. Army Chevy Camaro get loose right there. 91 still trying to run that bottom line, but the 15 is going to try running that top line. That's where you can get loose at. Now, if you can run that line, you can run that line. But it's kind of playing with fire, especially this late in the race. Those marbles are going to start accumulating up there.
Some more good battling here towards the mid-pack as Bowden and Carter still can't figure out which one of them is going to get in front. But they have chased down Ryan McCall. Kyle Diaz and Tyler Burden were able to get around McCall. They race side by side coming up off of 2. Diaz a little bit loose. Burden scrapes the wall just a little bit. Keeps that momentum up on the top side, and that just goes to show how important that momentum is. If you can get to the throttle at the right time up on that top side, keep that momentum down. It is a huge benefit as we've got a moment there with Adam Bowden coming up off of turn 4. Stan Carnathan tried to get up in front of him and clear himself. I don't think he was quite clear, but Bowden gave him quite enough space.
As a lot of these cars electing to run that height line going into turns 1 and 2, going down the backstretch now. That gear wrench. Ooh, contact between the 8 and 59 car. Interesting, as the 59 car of that gear wrench is running that bottom line, trying to make a slide drop, making moves, moving up. Huge run off the 59. And a massive run, but he will not be able to carry it down the front stretch. Will he be able to carry it down throughout 1 and 2? I don't think he will.
Well, he's got the benefit of cleaner air. Adam Bowden has taken the air off of the 8. But to struggle to try to get around both of them because Carter is not giving an inch for that 59 to get up. Well, now he's got a chance if he wants to, but he's going to try to keep working the inside of Adam Bowden in the 94.
Yeah, and with working that bottom line, get by him. Yes, he does, but gonna have to have the 2 cars behind him check up because of that. As the 59 car is now going to start pulling away from the 94 of Adam.
A lead to the inside of Bradley Rivers. This is a battle for 4th place. He's going to be able to take that. Not quite able to clear himself coming up off of turn 4. Rivers comes back up on the top side, but for how long? We've seen this. I mean, it might take a little bit to work somebody over on the bottom, but it's definitely possible. Now, the 91 looks to be able to clear himself coming up off the corner. He's going to slide up. Thought better of it with the run that 15 had. Vernon loose coming up off of the corner as well.
A lot of these drivers are going to start getting loose. They've been running non-stop, battling each other, which equals and causes a lot of tire wear. So some of these drivers are going to have a lot of tire wear coming down. This 82 works on the outside of the number 90. Both rapid-fire paint schemes out there. Both look fantabulous. Side by side coming down the front stretch, going into turns 1 and 2. Who will get it coming out of turns 2? We will see. Will it be the 82 and or 90? As 3 wide, the 59 car.
Robert Roth down on the bottom. He says, hey, I see you guys slowing each other down. Maybe I can just slide right on by. Doesn't work quite as well as he wants it to, as now Stan Carnathan is able to get clear of Ryan McCall, and up into the wall goes Adam Bowden.
90 car slowing down, going down pit lane. Is he pitting early to try to make it for the rest of the race?
Well, it's not quite splitting the last run in half, but this is about where you'd want to start pitting. We've got 40 laps to go. 39 laps to go as the came across the stripe. Travis Gilbert sits in 2nd place. He's half a second back in that vet-to-track machine. And before we get too deep into these pit stops, we do definitely want to bring up vet-to-track and what they do. At vet-to-track, we take pride in being different. What sets us apart is not only our commitment to empowering veterans, but the unique approach we embrace to make a meaningful impact. Vet-to-track operates with no paid staff. Every effort is a labor of love, driven by the genuine desire to make a difference in the lives of veterans. Vet2Track operates on a mission, not a profit motive. Every dollar earned or donated goes back into creating more opportunities for veterans. Our focus is on impact and empowerment, not on financial gain. Vet2Track creates opportunities for hands-on experiences, bringing veterans into the heart of the action through initiatives like our pit crew experience and motorcycle track days, crafting unique and empowering experiences. From the exhilaration of high-speed racing to the camaraderie built into the pit crew, we provide veterans with experiences that go beyond the ordinary. Our programs are designed to accommodate various skill levels, making Vet2Track accessible to everyone. Join us on this incredible journey where every ride is a step towards positive change. Will you join with us and be a supporter? Visit www.vet2track.org and help us support those who have given so much for us. Michael Carter has come into the pits as well. Anthony Ludi, he's coming in this time. Some of these guys coming in a little bit early, but with the gap that Tay McDonald and Travis Gilbert have made on the rest of the field, got to try something. As now Gilbert is within 2 car lengths, working about a lane lower than Tay McDonald is coming up off of turn 2. And now it's 1 car length.
1 car length indeed, battling right there. Travis trying to make a move, trying to get back in that lead, and we all know Travis can do it. He's done it before. He's making it happen now as the 29 car is starting to get loose now. Travis going to make easy work, light work on the inside of the 29 car, making a move, running the bottom line like he's been running this whole race, and it's going to work out. He's going to be able to get that position on the 29 car if he runs high, and indeed he does. New race leader, again, is going to be the 22 of Travis.
How long does that last? Can Tay McDonald try to make a charge back? Dwayne Furtick, he's caught up to this battle as well. Just about half a second behind the race leader, the 22 of Gilbert. Tame Lee about 2 seconds behind Dwayne. Another second back to Bradley Rivers in 5th place. Kyle Diaz, Alan Holtzman, Tyler Burden, John Osborne, and Stan Carnathan round out the top 10. Here comes Kyle Diaz into the pits. From about 4 seconds off the race lead. We'll see what kind of undercut he can perform here. So I'd expect everybody to be thinking about making a pit stop soon here.
Yeah, with under 50 laps, about 32 laps left to go here tonight. Some of these drivers definitely can be coming down pit road. Definitely loose there, but with 30 laps to go, some of these drivers are going to start coming down pit road. 29 car of Tay's going to be working on that top line, trying to make something happen, trying to catch up to Travis, but it's not going to allow that as 51 cars going to be side by side with Tay, trying to make something happen, going down to turns 3 and 4. Not side by side anymore, but 51 sends it down there. Actually, it's going to start pitting.
Yeah, Dwayne Furtick comes into the pits. Travis Gilbert comes in as well from the race lead. Oh, that's a big lockup there for Dwayne. I'd assume he's taking 4 tires, so it shouldn't matter too much. Kane Lee in as well. Tyler Burden comes into the pits, 17 South. Adam Bowden, he's getting service done. So it's Tay McDonald, Bradley Rivers, Stan Carnathan, Alan Holtzman, John Osborne, Doug D. Nice, and Robert Roth. Kent Mueller also out on the racetrack. Have not made a pit stop yet.
Yeah, indeed not made a pit stop now, but we're proud to see a lot of these drivers come down pit road. 3 wide currently right there between the 8, 24, and 81. Wild right there.
McDonald comes into the pits. Holtzman, D. Nice, and Roth. So Rivers and Carnathan stay out. John Osborne as well. Michael Carter trying to get closer and closer to these guys coming up off of the pits. He knows this could be the battle for the race lead. He's going to get in front of Furtick. Now moves down to the inside of Carnathan. That's not for position. Carnathan sits in 2nd place. Bradley Rivers comes into the pits this time around. Stan Carnathan's going to stay out and inherit the race lead. Now, he would love a caution right now. Once these guys pass him behind him, it won't mean as much because they'll be able to stay on the lead lap. They won't get that. They won't be wave around cars, so they'll be able to start normally in line.
Yeah, indeed, definitely something that they're wanting a caution to come out now, but he is the only one that wants a caution to come out as of now, as everybody mostly has came down pit road. Has Travis came down pit road?
Yep, Travis and Tate came down, and they are effectively going to be taking over first and second place.
Yeah, so most of these drivers definitely don't want a caution, but definitely the first place driver currently of John Osborne does want a caution right now, and I would be in the same boat right now.
Big time loose moment there from Alan Holtzman coming up off of turn 2. But all the way down to the apron trying to chase it. Was able to keep it straight. We stay green. Stan Carnathan comes into the pits from the lead. Gives it to John Osborne now comes into the pits from the lead. That gives it to Kent Mueller.
Yeah, Mueller gonna be able to lead some laps and get some bonus points in.
He sits about half a lap in front of Travis Gilbert. Still yet to make a pit stop is Kent Mueller. He's got 27 laps to go. He cannot make it from here. He's going to need to make, at least a stop for gas.
Yes, indeed, as we are working on lap 124 out of 150, 25 to go. 26? Yeah, 26 to go. My bad. But can you believe it? We have already done 125 laps here at Homestead.
It has been a blazing fast race so far here at Homestead. Only the one caution brought out on lap number 80. That was for an incident involving Doug D. Nice and John Osborne. Kane Lee got a piece of it, but was able to continue on. He currently sits in 7th place, still racing with that 51 of Dwayne Furtick.
As battling there between the 91 and 51 car. 91 going to be going down low, trying to make a pass on the 51. Will it happen? Will the 91 get grip?
Looks like he's going to have the grip.
He gets past that 51 car. 51 car is not going to put up a fight. Let me rephrase that. Is going to put up a fight, possibly?
Doesn't look like it.
I think he got loose coming down the front stretch or something.
Yeah, he did have a little weird swerve there going on the front. But
and that lost a lot of momentum as well.
Yep. Kent Mueller comes into the pits from the race lead. Travis Gilbert, Tay McDonald, Michael Carter, Kyle Diaz, and Kane Lee will inherit a top 5 position. Dwayne Furtick trying to get it back up there into the top 5, but he was kind of quicker later in the run, so we'll see if he can maybe make a bid towards the podium finishers here as these next 24, 23 laps continue on.
Yes, indeed, 23 laps left here today at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. Busy race, action-packed from start to now. These drivers are making this track look easy. As the 26 of Diaz going low.
There's Doug D. Nice trying to take a position away from Anthony Ludi. This is for 14th place. Stan Carnathan just got around these guys. He's got fresher tires. He's going to try to chase down Alan Holtzman just in front of him. He scrapes the wall a little bit. Stan Carnathan does, coming up off of 2. No harm, no foul.
No harm, no foul indeed. 51 getting past the 8 car.
Yeah, Michael Carter, he's on older tires by about 10 laps. He came in way early trying the undercut. Doesn't seem to be working out for him at the moment. He falls outside of the top 5. Gap up front is a 2.5 seconds. Last time by, Tay McDonald was about a 10th quicker than Travis Gilbert.
Something Travis does not want to see is these cars pulling up a little bit loose coming out of that car that was just behind him.
Yeah, Kent Mueller loose coming up off of turn 2. He's on very fresh tires, potentially still cold. Down and out of the way of Tay McDonald here, coming up off of turn 4.
Okay, McDonald coming up on Mueller right now. Going to try to make a pass running the bottom line. Thought Mueller was going to run high, but did not. So Tay's going to get around him in order to catch up to Travis.
He's going to have to try to find a different line here. He moves up to the top side. And it seems like Tay's able to gain in turns 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 is where he loses the time to Travis Gilbert. It's 1.57 across the line. That last time around, it was 300ths in the favor of Tay McDonald. Kane Lee is getting up to the back bumper. Kyle Diaz now coming through turns 1 and 2. He's got the nose down there. Diaz swings out wide to try to utilize that momentum. But Lee follows him up to try to pull some side draft. They're side by side down the back straightaway.
Side by side indeed on the quarter panel. Now on the side of the 26. Side by side going to turn 3 and 4. Will 91 get past him? Loose from the 26 car. Allows the 91 to be able to shove in line, but does not. That is interesting. But we'll get past the 26 car. 51 car now on the inside of the 26 car of Diaz. Diaz getting loose there coming out of turn 4. Definitely lost a lot of time allowing the two cars, the 91 and 51 car, to pass. Well, 51 not actually going to pass the 26.
Looks like he's going to get it done.
I guess he does. Yes, he does. I am sorry.
So put Dwayne Furtick up into 4th place. Kyle Diaz falls back to 5th for now, but he's staying close. Got less than 20 laps to go, 17 when they came across the stripe this last time for Travis Gilbert. His lead is shrinking. That last time around it was by about a 10th, so now it's down to 1.4 seconds. Michael Carter side by side with Bradley Rivers. Rivers on fresher tires than Carter by about 12 laps, so he's going to be able to make pretty quick work of that.
Pretty quick work indeed, as wow, 16 laps to go. Travis currently having almost a 1.5-second gap between Tay. Tay's trying to keep up with Travis, but still running about the same amount of gap time, running about the same amount of lap times as well, but Tay's running just a little bit faster than Travis. Almost a 10th faster.
Time by, it's down to 1.2. But to show you the top 5, that's their best lap. We'll give you their gap across the bottom of the screen there. Tay McDonald, he's closing in on that 22. Is he going to have enough time? We've got 15 laps to go. And he's got just over a second to make up. We all know, Emily, that catching is one thing. Passing, that's a whole nother story.
Oh yeah, you can catch up to a car in one lap, but it could take up to 3 to 4 laps just to even pass that car. And that's something Tay does not want to happen. Tay wants it to happen. Words are hard right now, but Tay wants it to happen in one swift move. Catch up to Travis, get that pass, and not have to worry about battling Travis for like 3 laps. Because that's something that they're running down and running low on time. And that's something that Tay cannot afford.
Furtick able to get around Kane Lee here. That's going to be for 3rd place. And kind of like we thought, Furtick, a little bit later in this run is where he really picks it up. He's able to take away that 3rd spot from Kane Lee. He's 4 seconds behind Tay McDonald. And Tay losing a little bit of time to your race leader by about a 10th those last 2 laps. So it's back up to 1.5. Tay's going to have to try to find something special here. Put the hammer down if he wants to try to chase down Travis Gilbert for the race lead and for this win.
Yes, indeed, as possible battling going on the backside of the pack.
Stan Carnathan right on the back bumper of Michael Sheffield. Sheffield blinks out there for just a moment. These guys are on considerably different tire strategies. It's 12 laps the fresher, I believe. No, yeah, 12 laps the fresher for Stan Carnathan here as he's caught up to Michael Sheffield, but he doesn't seem to be able to get around him. Might have scraped the wall a little bit on entry there. He's going to try to cut down, utilize that momentum built up in the middle of the corner. Into the wall goes the one, and evasive action taken by Carnathan. He's going to get around him, but not without a fight and a fright. So now Tyler Burden and Ryan McCall raise contact. McCall hard into the wall. Burden sideways down the back straightaway. He's going to save that car.
No caution, no caution. 10 laps to go. We are getting on the time to full send right now.
McCall has got damage. He's coming into the pits. He's going to get sideways. He's more than likely going to be speeding on entry here, but Travis Gilbert with 10 laps to go is increasing that gap. It is now 1.7 seconds.
.7 seconds, like you said, and increasing now 1.8 seconds. Travis is pedal to the middle now. He has been given the green light by his crew chief. 9 laps to go. Make that gap bigger and bring this Ford Mustang home tonight.
Here's a replay of what we just saw there with the contact between the 06 and the 90. Oh, McCall got a little bit loose coming up off of the corner. Tags the 06. Amazing save there by Tyler Burden, though, to keep that car from going all the way around or coming back up the racetrack.
Yes, indeed. As battle between the 94 and 24 cars side by side going into turn 1. 24 going to be going down low. 94 going to be running that high line. That's where the momentum is right now. Not going to be able to allow the 24 to get past. Still side by side coming down the backstretch. Not giving any wiggle room to the 24 car at all. Allows the 94 to start pulling away.
Yeah, Holtzman's going to have to try to fight another lap here as he's right up next to the wall. Trying to get every bit of racetrack used up here coming up off of the corner. There's 7 laps to go, and the gap up front is only increasing. It's 2.3 seconds now for Travis Gilbert, as he has worked himself out to a comfortable lead here in the final 10 laps.
Yes, indeed. And like what I was saying is Travis Gilbert definitely was like, it's 10 laps to go. Time to push the car. Time to bring this home. Time to pull as big a gap as I can so I can be comfortable coming across this line as the 24 car scrapes that wall.
Yeah, or is it possible that Tay McDonald just used his stuff up too early? Travis Gilbert just saved long enough as to where once he saw that 29 machine start to fall down the scoring monitor, it's just time to go.
Yeah, yes, indeed. As 6 laps to go, currently, actually 5 laps to go, currently on the scoreboard. Wow, what a race. It is still not finished and still going on strong, battling between front and back of this pack all throughout the race. Just right here, as we currently have 3 cars, one behind another, possibly going to be passing each other very soon.
Well, they're working on it. This is a battle for the podium position here with 5 laps to go. Dwayne Furtick has 3rd place. Kane Lee wants it. Kyle Diaz wants to sneak it for both of them.
Yes, indeed.
Crosses the line to take 4 laps to go.
Watch out. The 15 car is coming behind them. Watch out, Diaz. You got another contender. Ooh.
Diaz goes all the way down to the bottom to try to pass the 91. A block from Kane Lee. That's going to allow that Dwayne Furtick machine to get out front. Kyle Diaz loose coming up off of the corner. He's going to save it. That's going to allow Rivers to get through up on the top side, and now he is to the back bumper of Kane Lee.
On the back bumper, indeed, 15 car catching, making moves. Wow. That 15 car is on fire.
Gets up
Shoves
to the,
the 91 down.
Scrapes the wall just a touch, but he's going to be able to get the position. Strong run up on the top side. Kane Lee trying to fight hard on the bottom, but that 15 has just been so strong up top here in these last couple of laps. He's going to try to set his sights on that 51 in front of him. He's got 3 laps and half a second to go. Can he get there to take away that podium position? Kane Lee fighting back in the middle. Kyle Diaz on the bottom. They're going to try to take 3 wide for 4th place.
4th place in deep, 3 wide, possibly going to happen with 2 to go. Popsicle sticks are up in the air. Coming by one more time, we will get, hopefully, that white flag. We will see as Diaz trying to get on the bumper of the 91.
Oh, whoa,
91
big
gets
time
loose.
loose.
And that will cause Diaz to be able to get past. And now Diaz is going to try to catch that number 15 car, but I don't think it's going to happen. And white flag is out. Current race leader is going to be Travis, up 23 spots. Has a very, and when I mean very comfortable lead, has a 3-second lead from Tay. Unless Travis makes an
quarters
oopsie.
to go for Travis Gilbert, and he's going to claim yet another win here this time at Homestead-Miami. Coming up off of turn number 4 in the Vet to Track Ford Mustang, the Globo Gym 225 goes to Travis Gilbert. Tay McDonald takes home 2nd, and Dwayne Furtick is going to hold on to 3rd place. Bradley Rivers and Kyle Diaz round out the top 5. Kane Lee, Michael Carter, Adam Bowden, Stan Carnathan, and Alan Holtzman round out your top 10. Tyler Burden, Doug D. Nice, John Osborne, Anthony Ludi, 17 South, Robert Roth, Leroy Koblenz, Aaron Miller, Michael Sheffield and Kent Mueller, Christopher Roth, Ryan McCall, Marshall Harris, Aaron Spear, Pete Walsh, and Sam Taylor made 10 laps. Travis Gilbert, not sure if he's going to burn it down or just pose for the photo. We're going to go ahead and get a word with him in just a moment. Travis, it's Liam and Emily up in the booth. You got a copy?
I sure do. How are you gentlemen doing this evening?
Doing pretty good. We just watched you put a clinic on here in South Florida. Kind of walk us through your day and what it was like racing with Tay McDonald through the midpoint.
It was so awesome. You know, obviously, I don't get to qualify, get any bonus points or anything, but wow, what a fast 22 Vet the Track Ford Mustang tonight. Brought to you by GWR. This thing was on rails. I know you guys probably heard that. I made one mistake there. I knew Tay was a little faster for the first 20 laps. That second run to the last, I got loose there, had to earn my spot back, and he's a hard dude to beat, so I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. Thank God with the with the pit strategies and everything, hit it right. No cautions came out, and here we are talking to you guys tonight.
Yeah, you had a super strong final stint. It looked like Tay McDonald was getting closer to you in the end, and then you just kicked on those afterburners. Were you saving stuff for the end, or do you think you just kind of used all this stuff up too early?
Combo of both. I know that he's going to try to push to catch me, and then I'm trying to save for if he does catch me, then I got something to race him with. So just try to be smart, not make a mistake, not throw the race away, you know. Basically, just hope to get to that white flag without a caution.
Well, you made it to the white flag, and you made it one further. You made it to the checkered flag first. Is there anybody you want to thank for such a strong run here today?
Well, first, I want to say happy birthday to my brother, Rich Healy. Today's his birthday. Also, to my baby girl, Monstora. Her birthday is on April 8th, and that happens to be the solar eclipse. So this is super special for us. Terry and Tweet Friend, they're going to go with me and my daughter to go see this total eclipse and everything. So looking forward to that. Vet to Track with Jim Whittam and everything that they do, the service members who keep us free and allow us to be able to do this every day, every week, whenever you choose to. You guys at Sim Racing Media for coming over and putting this on for us. Also, I'd like to thank ECR. They've made some changes to the rules and the competition committee and things. I thought it was a fairly good race, and they, added an extra practice for Friday, so really appreciate them. All of my teammates at GWR, Robert Roth, Chris Roth, Tay McDonald. Tay McDonald is the bar that we go out and know that we have to beat him in order to have a chance to win these races. And then Chris and Rob for the dedication of being able to come in and run laps and laps, because if it wasn't for them, I don't know if I would want to run by myself. So that also gives me an opportunity to judge my pace and what I need to do. So Races for Christ, Team Jesus. Man, I know there's a long list. All the veterans who serve our country. Just remember, I drive this 22 because there's 22 veterans that are commit suicide every day. So never give up. This is a perfect example. Thank you guys. I think I covered everything. What a race. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh, we definitely did. Congratulations once again on the win. We'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys.
All right, Emily, I think you've got Tay McDonald.
Hey, this is Emily and Liam in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going wonderful, amazing racing, battling from start to finish, bringing that number 29 Ford Mustang, coming home in P2. What was going through your mind at that end of the part of the race?
At the end there, it was just trying to catch Travis, and I knew the longer the run went, the less of a chance I had to win. I felt like I was a little bit faster than him about the first 25, 30 laps of a run, and then the last 10, he just blew my doors off. So I burnt my stuff up trying to get there. So really just kind of screwed myself all together. But I'm happy for Travis. If I don't win, there's nobody else I'd want to win. So congratulations to him.
Yes, sir, indeed. It was a beautiful race here at Homestead-Miami. Can you give me a little insight on how the grip, how was grip there out on the track?
I didn't think it was bad until about lap 20 to 22, and then it felt like the car just fell off, and you could barely put your toe on the gas on corner exit after about lap 20. But I mean, the first 20 laps felt great. I tried rolling the bottom all night. But yeah, after about 20 laps, it was like ice.
Yeah. Well, Liam, do you have anything for Tay here tonight before we let him thank his sponsors and anything?
No. I mean, who do you want to thank for such a strong run?
Want to thank the man upstairs. Thank my teammates at GWR. I want to thank the league admins for putting this on and giving us something to do on Saturdays, and just thank the members of the league for letting me be here. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast.
No problem. We're always glad to be here on Saturday night with ECR. I mean, it's a beautiful race to commentate, and I know for you, Liam, to broadcast. Great to have amazing drivers now every week. Thank you again. On insights going into next week, what are your plans? Well, obviously not, telling me what your, whole plan is, but insight on what you think and how you feel about going into next week.
I'm not even sure where we're at next week. Let's see. Oh, Legacy, Texas. Yeah, I like Texas. A lot of people bash Texas, but I don't understand why, because it's fun for me. So yeah, it should be fun. Should tear up some tires and see who can manage them the best.
Yes, indeed. Well, from me and Liam in the booth, see you next week at Texas. Maybe you might win it there. You're very strong here tonight, so very high chance we can see you maybe on the podium again next week. But good luck to you. Liam, do you have anything else for him? Oh.
Nope. I think it's about time to bring in third place Dwayne Furtick. Dwayne, it's Liam and Emily up at the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Got a copy?
Yes, sir. We got you loud and clear. And that battle for third at the end of the race was intense. It seemed like there was 4 or 5 of you guys that really could have taken it away. What pushed you forward in front of those guys, and how were you able to hold on to it?
Just trying to preserve tires, really. On that last run, obviously I made a mistake on pit road, and overshot my pit stall, but got around the guys by just trying to take care of the tires. It's a fine line between over abusing them, but I think everyone was pretty much had their belts tight. Everybody was on the last run, pushing it to the limit. So I guess incredible night. I mean, first time talking to you guys this year. Obviously excited about that. Since the moment the Best Buy drops green flag wave, I mean, we pretty much had a solid car all night.
Yeah, you definitely looked strong all night here tonight. You were racing up in the top 5, and yeah, now that you mention it, this is the first time we get to talk to you. So, who do you want to give a shout out to for running so strong here today, and who helps you get it done?
Yeah, first off, I'd like to thank my obviously my amazing wife. It's really good to get back to some racing after a week off. But huge shout out as well to my Revolution Motorsports teammates. Those guys are incredible. We had Logitech G on the hood this weekend. Play to win, even though we didn't get the flag. But great run. Just huge shout out to all the competitors. Everyone, for the most part, had a pretty clean race, and it was good to see we get some long green flag runs, and just really excited about the momentum from off week.
Yeah, nice momentum shift for you after the off week. Congratulations on getting up on the podium. Hopefully we'll be talking to you again soon.
All right, take care, guys. Thank you.
Well, that's going to about do it for us here on Sim Racing Media. Travis Gilbert gets the job done over Tay McDonald and Dwayne Furtick. Bradley Rivers and Kyle Diaz round out the top 5. Then Kane Lee, Michael Carter, Adam Bowden, Stan Carnathan, and Alan Holtzman in the top 10. Tyler Burton,
11.
Doug DeNice, John Osborne, Anthony Ludi, 17 South, Robert Roth, Leroy Koblenz, Aaron Miller round out the first page here. Then we move on to Michael Sheffield, Kent Mueller, Christopher Roth, Ryan McCall, Marshall Harris, Aaron Spear, Pete Walsh, and Sam Taylor rounding out the field. A phenomenal race here in Miami ends with another Travis Gilbert win. Is there anybody who's going to be able to stop this guy throughout the course of the season? We'll find out next week at Texas. I'm Liam Mervig with Emily Arias. Thanks for joining us, and just that reminder, as you guys walk through the streets of life, please don't play in traffic. Take it easy, folks.